There are only two things that give internal motivation. That is the promise of reward or the avoidance of pain, the carrot and the stick. When people are comfortable, they have a place to live, they have alright food, they have an okay job, they have an average body. They won't have the motivation to push for more, and why would they? They are comfortable. When people become comfortable, they become weak and lazy. The people that truly gain massive success in life are the ones that are under constant pressure, or they came from a very stressful and painful place. I don't know if you have realized this, but the truly fit and ripped guys usually started off as the skinniest in their group. They were rejected by the girls and made fun of or bullied because of their frail bodies. This pain turned into a huge motivating force. They never even think twice of not doing the set. The most strong-willed entrepreneurs and millionaires know the pain of not having money. Therefore they push harder to get away from that pain, from rags to riches. People who are forced to do a job they hate, or oppressed by their parents or landlords, etc., will have an ambition and deep desire for power, because they truly know the value of freedom. Growth is not easy, growth is painful, and almost always the reason a person decides to grow is when the pain of not growing becomes greater than the pain of growing. If you aren't placed under stressful circumstances, you won't evolve. If your muscles aren't put under stress to get bigger, why would your brain make them bigger if you aren't using them? It's the same with everything in life. If you ever become comfortable, you must place yourself under stress. So how do you do this? We first start with the stick. The truly only way to massively motivate yourself is to use the death ground strategy. This strategy is used to pile so much discomfort onto you for not achieving the goal that your brain will become so focused to achieve the goal that you will find yourself thinking in such creative ways you didn't even know were possible. This is sometimes called burning the boats. In ancient times, when the Greeks invaded a country from sea, they would come ashore and burn all their boats to the ground in front of their men. When the soldiers saw this, they knew there was no way to retreat. They were placed in death ground, and the only way to survive is through conquest. This made the army fearless and looked invincible as the enemy couldn't rout them. A real-life example of a person placed in death ground was the story of a guy that was kicked out of his house by his parents when he was 18. He had no place to stay for the night, no food, nothing but the clothes on his back and $30 in his pocket. So what did he do? He bought weed in bulk and sold it per ounce for a large profit. He used that profit to buy more weed and got dealers and made an even larger profit. He used that profit to buy an apartment, rented it out and used all the profit to get a degree in law. Now I'm not telling you to sell weed. I'm just pointing out what happens to your brain when you get placed on death ground. Notice how fast you write and get ideas when you only have 5 minutes left on a test or the night before your project needs to be handed in. You are simply placed on death ground. Consider Parkinson's law. Parkinson's law states that work expands so as to fill the time available for its completion, which means that if you are given 2 days to complete something, you will most likely work slower or procrastinate and complete it in 2 days. If you are given 1 hour, you will complete it in 1 hour. So how do you put yourself in death ground? If you feel your friends are holding you back from growing to your fullest potential, and they just want to drink and be lazy all day, burn the boats, end your friendship with them, to force yourself to make other friends who are valuable to your life. Say for example you want to become a successful business owner, and you know that no other job will satisfy you. To burn the boats in this situation, you can quit your job, which will put heavy stress and fear on you to succeed. But be very careful when you calculate your odds and decide to go all in. Never make impulsive decisions in your life without a risk assessment. Ask yourself, in what way can I make something so painful that my brain will work overtime to achieve the goal? How can I pressure myself? You are your own worst enemy. You waste precious time dreaming of the future instead of engaging in the present. Since nothing seems urgent to you, you're only half involved in what you do. The only way to change it is through action and outside pressure. Put yourself in situations where you have too much at stake to waste time or precious resources. If you cannot afford to lose, you won't. Cut your ties to the past, enter unknown territory, where you must depend on your wits and energy to see you through. Place yourself on death ground, where your back is against the wall and you have to fight like hell to get out alive. Now the carrot. Ask yourself, do you have a goal you want to achieve? Now ask yourself, do you really want to achieve that goal? If it is that important to you, you shouldn't need to watch this video to get motivation. You shouldn't need to watch any motivational video, speech or anything. When you truly want something, your motivation will burn relentlessly from within. You need a goal you really deeply desire and 100% believe you will get it. So set goals you really want to achieve and ask yourself why. Why do you really want to achieve this goal? Once you have your carrot, you better have to be bought in. You better have 100% belief that you will achieve that goal and find a way to make it work. No excuses. If you don't have 100% belief and aren't bought in, you will quickly lose motivation after the smallest setbacks or plateaus. For example, a guy thinks he will never get a six-pack or never have a hot girlfriend. Then why would he get the motivation or try to improve himself? Set your real goals, be bought in, put yourself on death ground, and don't play your cards to just not lose. Play your cards to win.